Hi, everyone. We are going to look at day 2 for our writing lesson about fictional narratives. And so I'm going to move you through some slides kind of quickly because I'm sure you've already been working hard. So this first slide just tells you that fiction can be put into many categories. And when you are reading imaginative stories, you should be noticing some similarities and differences between them. And here you're seeing that we could group some fiction books into categories like fantasy, realistic fiction, mystery, traditional literature like folk tales and fables, historical fiction, and science fiction. This bottom part is talking about nonfiction, so we're going to ignore that for now. And so the reason why we're talking about this, about books we read and putting them into categories, is because when you're reading, you connect that to what you do in writing. And so we should be looking at great examples of fiction to help us when we want to write a story. So for the next week or so, we'll be working on our first writing project for fictional narrative. And we're going to start by looking at examples of traditional literature, and specifically folk tales known as pourquoi stories. Here it tells you a little bit about what pourquoi tales are. And so I've just highlighted some of the pieces to that. The word pourquoi is actually in French and it means why. And so pourquoi tales are always explaining how something in nature came to be. So down here are a few titles of books that would be considered pourquoi tales, and they are all folk tales. And folk means people, so these are stories or tales that people told long ago, and they told them out loud versus reading them. And as they kept telling the stories over and over again, eventually someone recorded them and wrote them down so that we still have them today. So in order to kind of get you familiar with these pourquoi stories, I'm going to send you over to Epic and you're going to listen to your first pourquoi story called How Tiger Got His Stripes. And this is a folk tale that was told long ago in this area or country known as Vietnam. So that is on the other side of the earth from us. So here's India, just to kind of give you an idea where we're at. And then to the north up here would be China. So this story comes from Vietnam, and you're going to read it to just be familiar with folk tales as we move forward. And we will be writing our own folk tale, or actually our own pourquoi story. So go off to Epic and read and listen to How Tiger Got His Stripes, and take the quiz at the end to see how well you understood what you read.